Good morning. Welcome to Northeast Current. I'm Kathy Ristrouch, your guest host for today. And with me is Beth Burkhauser, who is a visual arts educator and also chairperson of the International Independence Hexagon Project. First of all, Beth, thank you for coming today. And tell us, what is this Hexagon Project? Why a hexagon?
Well, I'm chair of the Interdependence Hexagon Project, and interdependence is a concept that is more and more prevalent throughout the world today because our world is much smaller, and we have to see ourselves, I believe, as global citizens, citizens of the world. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the only person. The Interdependence Day was initiated by a local Scranton incredible leader, Sandra Myers, along with Dr. Benjamin Barber, who created
book,
the
right?
Interdependence Handbook. And this is the 10th anniversary of this. And Interdependence Day was declared the day after 9/11. And that's significant because it brought up a lot of issues, even more importantly, and the issues about where are we going to go in our world, not just in our neighborhood or our state or our country, but where is this world going, and how are we going to solve some of the problems that are that we all confront in the world today. So that's about interdependence. It's about behaving and thinking in a different way. So as an art educator, Sandra introduced me to the Interdependence Day concept, and I retired in 2005, and she kind of brought me along, and I thought, I'm an art educator, I want to do something visual, and I want to reach young people. So the Interdependence Hexagon Project is about having young people respond to the themes of interdependence, and it's visual, because it engages young people. So the hexagon was a concept that I developed. The hexagon is an intriguing shape. It has 6 sides, and it infinitely connects. Mm-hmm. So I thought, as a kind of a mail art project, that we could have the entire world get involved with creating hexagons about how we're connected to each other, because that's what interdependence is all about. It's about our interconnectedness. What if we had the entire world create these statements about caring for others, about looking at the environment, seeing the impact, how we're all connected to this, looking at social justice issues in the world, women's rights, children's rights, human rights, and we had a huge exhibit of all of these expressions in one place, and that's how the Hexagon Project began. It's international. We attract people from all over the world who get involved with this. They find us on the internet, and they send in their hexagons, and then once a year in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we have this exhibit that comes, and it's a very powerful expression of young people's understanding of how we're connected to each other. This particular piece is from Westchester, Pennsylvania, from a Catholic school there, and it's incredible because I do reach out to art educators, but all educators throughout the world, anyone can be involved. This person had the theme of the blessed are those who hunger and thirst for justice, the Beatitudes. And then she introduced the project that way, and the students responded. So every teacher, there's no limit, there's one hexagonal template, and there's no limit to what you can do with it.
You can put on it.
In fact, you can even link templates, because just like the beehive.
Right,
the beehive,
I was thinking that.
Yes. The beehive is an example of a perfect form that contains in the most economical way a whole well of honey created by these bees, and it's the most efficient way for them to operate. And then, of course, the whole concept of the bees in the hive. So the hexagon is a powerful shape that really is a metaphor for interconnectedness, both among humans and in nature, too. It's found in nature.
Now, do we have, like, we have art teachers throughout the world that know about this, and so they know to go on the internet? And what site is that on the internet?
Okay, we have a website. Right now you could Google Hexagon Project and the site will come up. It's interdependenceday.nepa.org at the moment, but we just received a grant to create our own website that will be a little more user-friendly, and I hope we're going to be able to get even more word out among people. But I go to conferences and I try to connect with as many people as I can. The biggest and most exciting thing that happened this year was that we had the city of Chicago took on the project.
Nice, nice.
And they had a nonprofit organization called Do Your Part, and they adopted us, and the theme was, we had 1,000 hexagons made in Chicago, and we had a second exhibit there in May of these hexagons. It was very exciting.
Now, the fact that you talk Chicago, I immediately think Oprah Winfrey and her network, OWN. Has anyone been in touch with her about this, where she could promote it as well?
I think
because this is the kind of thing that'd be right up her alley.
I would love to do that. I would love to connect to Oprah Winfrey or anyone like that who could get the word out. And I know our PR person is always telling me, you have to move. Well, any help I can get.
Right. Well, it's nice that you're here at Northeast Current.
Yeah.
Now, just before it gets too late, I just want to verify certain things. Your Interdependence Day Hexagon Project exhibit, the 7th, right? That is starting on Friday, September 6th.
That's first Friday.
That's Friday, and it continues, right?
Yes, it will continue for the month of September, and we have 2 venues this year.
2 venues, and you're still looking for some projects to come in if people still want to do that.
Yes, the International Hexagon Project is student work, and most of the student work, except for the 3-dimensional pieces, will be at the Connell Gallery.
And that's located?
That's in the 100 block of North Washington Avenue. It's at the bottom of the Connell Lofts. There's a beautiful gallery there. And it'll be open for First Friday, and we'll have refreshments. We're going to have entertainment, and it's going to be a great evening. And also, we have a secondary project which is more local. It's called the People's Hexagon Project. And the People's Hexagon Project, anyone even now is invited. You can join. In fact, I brought some blank hexagons. Would you like to make one? I'll give you one to take home, and you can drop it off.
See what I can do with that.
Anytime at the Library Express is the second venue. And you can drop it off anytime there. There's a little box on the desk, and they'll take your hexagon, or hexagons, you can make more than one, and in any medium. So, in fact, I happen to have sitting around here, right here, is one out of cast iron.
Oh,
because we
is that upside down?
we joined with
just hold it nice. And
like
maybe
this.
she'll get it for us. Okay.
We joined with Arts on Fire, which is with the Anthracite Heritage, and every year there's an iron pour, and we have hexagons that the community can make with scratch blocks. It's through Keystone College and the Anthracite Heritage Museum, and we cast them in iron.
Nice.
And here's an example of a piece that was done with Dennis Yanishot at Riverside High School, a beautiful ceramic piece. Any medium is possible. We've had them in marble, but the People's Hexagon Project, and actually this is
that one's upside down. Yes.
The People's is going to be exhibited at the Library Express, because that's the People's Place, is the public library. So that's a concept too that is significant, and sometimes I'm hoping that we're going to have some community hexagon making there that night too.
Because it's ongoing, as you were saying, like
so
whatever you do now, you could
for the month of September, and then as soon as this project is over,
you're starting
up
working
again on the other one
for next year's
project. And I'll be going to our state art education conference, and I'm going to be presenting at the national art education in San Diego in March, and we just keep on going.
Now, you have other things you'd like to show us?
Sure. We've done partnerships locally. This is an example of one. I teach art education at Keystone College. My students come and teach through EOTC and the Lackawanna County Arts Engaged program at South Scranton Intermediate. And this is an example of a piece that was made and developed by the students to get across the concept of interdependence, because this piece was made by about 5 students.
5 students put it
and
together.
they collaborated on one piece. And the original person who started the piece, it was passed around. It was called Pass the Hexagon. And then the initial artist then took it and finished it and created the final piece for it.
Nice.
These are going to be on exhibit. We have, I guess I don't have it here, but this is a piece made by students in New York State at Union Endicott. The teacher there, Cindy Henry, promotes this project now for at least 7 years, and it's a 3-dimensional piece, has a very simple message,
Don't judge.
but a powerful one, you know, and it's enclosed in these doors. So this is a beautiful 3-dimensional piece. So those are just a couple of examples. This is something about the Chicago, and we're hoping to have some of this work come. The Chicago joined together 2 schools, one from inner city and one from out more in the suburbs. This is an example of a partnership between an Islamic school and a magnet school for academics in Chicago. And they created, the students got to know each other, they worked together, and they created hexagons together.
Very nice.
And they did a fantastic job. So teachers create the most interesting work, because it's up to their imagination as to how they're going to present the hexagons and what they're going to do with it. We just had North Pocono High School create hexagon boxes, and they're going to be, some of them are going to be on exhibit. So there's a lot of fascinating things to see and to read visually, because the arts tell stories visually, very, very, very powerful stories. And young people are interested in a lot of important issues, and they deal with sometimes their own personal relationships with themselves, with their family, with their community, their body image. There's some interesting pieces about, you know, how am I connected to my body, and what is society telling me about the way I should or shouldn't look? You know, there also sexual orientation and things of that nature. Those are all of the subjects that the students, the kids, are involved in with this project, that express, as I said, essential issues in their lives, and that connect them all. Because, you know, you see something that someone else expresses and you can relate that to yourself. So it really goes from individual to school, neighborhood, community, state, country, and then the nation. That's what we want to see happening with hexagons.
Sounds good. Now, do they have anything on Facebook as well?
We have Facebook. You can just look us up on Facebook, the Interdependence Hexagon Project. Also, I have my own Facebook page, and I'm always putting things up there about the hexagon. So you can go to me, Beth Burkhauser, and you'll see all of our materials as well as the website. So we try to keep that more current, yes.
Okay, well, once again, I just want to reiterate all this information about what to do. Friday, September 6th, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Library Express at the mall in Steamtown.
Yes.
Is what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
And the Connell Gallery for the International Students Projects,
yes,
which is 125 North Washington Ave in Scranton.